Today, we are joined by Gabriel DiCristofaro. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Tori. How are you?
I'm doing great. And today, Gabriel is actually talking to us about lead generation for print marketing. So, Gabriel, let's just start out. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Yeah, my name is Gabriel DiCristofaro. That's a lot. You can just call me G. Simple. Easy to remember, right? G. Good. G money. My background is marketing and psychology, and I ran a virtual marketing company for about 10 years, and we generated about $46 million in client sales for clients, on their side. So quite effective. And then I got into some public speaking, which, believe it or not, I know we're doing this on a video. I usually do this presentation live, in front of like 20, 30, 40 agents. And that's what led me into this. Now I have become one of the fans of automation. So one of the things I want to talk about today is, of course, combining print, a traditional marketing, with automation. So it's not quite digital, but it is a technology, right? But I'm not talking about like Facebook ads or something like that. We're just talking about the automation of it. So that's me. I'm married. I love my wife, and I'm in Pennsylvania, and I'm talking to you guys, and I'm excited to be here. Thank you, Tori.
Yeah. Can you tell us that fun little fact about your grandma? I love that fact.
Sure. My grandmother was the original the first female real estate agent in Southern California. I won't say what agency, so that way you can just be with, that she was just one of the first. However, she was one of like 60 at the office. Yeah, it was, and she did it she did it until she retired. Like she did it for like 30, 40 years, I think, something like that. So yeah.
That's pretty awesome. Yeah, I love that little fun fact. When I read that, I was like, we definitely have to put that in there somewhere because it's a fun little thing. So in today's day and age, digital marketing always comes to mind when it comes to lead generation. So how can real estate agents use print marketing specifically to stay connected to your clients?
Sure. So we'll dive in. This is a good time. First, let's talk about, is real estate, a real estate business, or is it a people business? It's a people business, right? It's a relationship business. Now, some agents don't quite look at it that way. They need to, though. It's your relationship with the people that connects you to them, right? And really all marketing of any kind, and we're going to cover the 5 kinds there are just now. I'm not going to talk about all 5, but there's 5. Yes, there's TV. I should probably do TV because it's a big one. There's radio. There is digital, right? And then there's the last 2 that I'm going to discuss, which are print and experiential. So tying those 2 together, those 2 right there. The one thing, we've been dealing with realtors for almost 10 years now. And one of the things that realtors always struggle with is, how do you let people know that you're doing real estate top of mind, right? You either pick up a phone call, you can send some postcards. Postcards are fine, but they're a different kind of marketing, right? So that is going to be a different way to do it. And then what have you as a realtor done for your clients? Because whatever marketing you do or send them, that's what they're going to think about, right? Even if it's the cutest little thing in the world, they're still going to think, oh yeah, that person saved me $5,000 on that busted roof. Love them, right? Irrelevant to whatever the marketing is. It's the relationship they're leveraging. So that's what we want to talk about. So what we would say is, in terms of how could you reach out to, say, 50 to 100 of your core people? Like, imagine, not everybody, it's not a new campaign. Imagine your core people with about 50 to 100 people. This would be, especially for a new agent, right? Veterans too, nobody wants to lose business. But new agents, they take all the money, they take all the time, they learn, they're excited. But now nobody really knows what they're doing unless they see them, call them, or touch base, right? So how do they connect that moment? And print is one of the ways you do it. Now I'm going to show it to you. I don't want to be about it yet, but we'll be about it later. But print is what we're talking about, right? Like a magazine that somebody can hold physically. And I want to share this. So digital is phenomenal. It's making people millions of dollars, right? Obviously phenomenal. That's not what I'm discussing today. What we're talking about is there's a new flow where people want to touch stuff. They want to feel it for some reason, right? They just want to grab it. They want to, and when they grab it, they can see you and they'll think it's your magazine. Now, I'm going to share a story. This is a good story. Well, it's not a good story, but it'll reveal a lot. So as a realtor, have you ever lost a deal to somebody else? Right? Competition, something like that. So there was a realtor and she was doing carpools, taking kids to school. She pulled up to a yard one day, driving up, and there was a sale for a sale sign in the yard. Was it her sign? No. They just didn't know she did real estate. She had changed from being a dental assistant, and all of a sudden she's losing business. I mean, they trusted her with their child. Obviously, they would trust her with, selling a property, but they just didn't know. And that's really the biggest trap, is how do you connect with your people to let them know? But people don't have time. Do all the marketing, fill it out. People are busy, right? They got kids. You got to manage your laundry, right? Everybody's busy. So that's where I get into automation. So let's talk about it. But first, before we get there, I want to talk about a couple stats. Maybe you already know them, because I want to talk about the print is for leveraging your core circle, right? Because it's a full magazine. And again, it's not about the magazine. We'll get to it later. But you want to send this to the people that know you and trust you and know your brand. And when we say that, think about it. What kind of brand are you? Just think for a moment, 30 seconds or so. Are you a detail brand? When people hire you, do you get the numbers on the page and the contract perfect? Or are you one of those super social agents that people just love to be around, and they're just like, oh, it's so easy to be with them, great, and that's that quality. That's still a brand, right? It's a style that they're expecting, and when they send people to you, they're expecting you to be that way. Yes, I mean, if you go to a restaurant, that we all have big brand restaurants, we expect the food to be a certain way. Yes, so that's how this can be for you. Is when it comes to them, the relationship will show up with you, with the magazine, and then they'll be reminded of every time they're looking at it. Now, do you know the difference between a new lead and a referral lead? We know the difference? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. A new lead is something brand new. A referral lead is something that you can get based off of a client, whether they tell someone about you or anything like that.
Now, question. When you get a new client, you're working from 0 to 100, yes?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, got to get to know them, let them know your brand. You got to introduce them. You got to find out who they are, right? Maybe they're different than you. You have to adjust and adapt. Okay. Now, when you're learning about that client, that takes work and effort. It's kind of like a garden, right? You have to kind of do the soil and get it ready. However, let's look at the other leads, referrals or repeat business. Mm-hmm. How much do they already know you? Let's suggest 30%. Is that fair? Like they already know you, they know your name, they probably kind of have a sense of how your style is and what you're going to do for them. So when they refer you or come back, they're expecting to get the McDonald's or the Burger King or the Best Buy or whatever the brand is they're expecting to get again. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So think about referrals as 30% easier, and people already love you. So they're happy to talk to you. Now, NAR, National Association of Realtors, suggests that people can send you 3 to 5 referrals per year. I mean, if you have 50 people and they send you 3, it's 150 referrals. That's quite nice, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Now, are you a data person? I know some people, your listeners, are probably going to be data people. Are you a data person?
Not really, no.
No. Okay, so this will be for them, but it is a key point. So the percentage of referrals who do not shop when they're referred, what does that mean? So 5 people get referred to you as an agent. 60%, that means 3, I'm going to do some math right here. 3, right there, 3 out of 5 will not shop you. What does that mean? Well, if you're a realtor, you've heard this before, haven't you? Oh, hey, no, it's nice meeting you. I'm excited to do some real estate. What's your commission? Now, commission standard, yes, we know that. However, having to have the discussion about commission before you're getting into the property is molasses. Yes, right? It's just, and what's great is 3 out of 5 referrals will just roll along and not even worry about your commission. They'll just start talking to you. The referral will be happy to be with you. They're a friend of a friend, like Facebook, by the way. You know why Facebook makes millions, yes? Because we're all friends of friends. Same thing works with referrals. And that's where these come in. right? Because people get these, they think of you and your relationship you already have. The print goes out to them, automated. I'll get to it in a minute. Then they get to be reminded of you, and I'm gonna give you a little sneak peek at it because you said print. Let's get it to it. You get your nice little letter inside, right? Personal note, just so you can see it, which, by the way, you can customize to any group or any singular client. So let's say, for example, let's say you have business connections, salons where you want the magazine to go, stuff like that. You could do a letter to them where maybe you have previous customers, you want to say something a little more personal there. Okay, so that'll give it to you. Now here's the next one, print. This is a great thing about print, you can grab it. So there's this referral card, if you can see it. Am I holding that pretty good?
Yeah, I can see it.
On the back are recipes and checklists. And on the front are, of course, the contact information, your contact information to contact you. You don't even need to see my face. Look, you just need to see that. That's what's important, you right there. And they're going to take it just like this, right? Because what's bad about referrals? When they don't know how to spell your name, or they don't know things about you, what do people do when they're confused? Nothing, right? So this makes it easier. Hey, go check out Awesome Realtor, take the card, and get a little recipe if you want to. Now, these can be changed online, super easy. That is the back end part that is, digital, the back. But these are fantastic. Now, I'm going to flip through the magazine. This is going to be interesting. I'm just going to do this, see how we can do this. I just want to give you a sense of the magazine, the quality. I want you to think about this as Architectural Digest, okay? It's all art and culture. I could have sent you one. Let me see here. Here we go. Oh. And then you'll always get, of course, the ever tasty recipes. Okay. Always good, always happy. And then they'll have sort of, now this is the Christmas issue, so there's a lot of Christmas-oriented things. Now the Christmas issue, of course, talks about Christmas. Everything's happy, everything's beautiful, and then watch this. You get to the end of the magazine, which, by the way, will stay on somebody's desk or in their house average 4 to 6 weeks. How's that sound for amount of time for your postcard to be sticking around? A little bit, right? That's pretty good. Because every time they look, this is it. And I'm doing my best to open the magazine and kind of present to a little window, so I hope I'm fitting in there. What's great is every time they open it, they're reminded of you, right? That's the way the print works, because they're reminded. Anyway, there's a second card in the back, right? Different recipe, and you can go online and choose between checklists or anything thematic. I'll give you an example. There's 6 magazines that go out per year, every 2 months. You don't want to blow people out, right? Keep it more efficient so it's more affordable. Like we have a pet issue. Let me show you this, just so you can get a visual on it, so you can see. So American Lifestyle. So in February, they do a pet issue. Online, you could go and choose the front cover to be a cat, a parrot, a dog, or a fish, or something like that, okay? So just so you see, it's real easy. But technically, you never have to do anything. It just automatically goes out every 2 months from the back-end system. Now, here's the key of it. Printing. How easy is it? With American Lifestyle, or, as I was introducing to Tori earlier, there is the option of Stay Healthy, which is more of a healthy lifestyle option. I'll just find a couple pages here of some good stuff here so you can see what we're looking at. There you go. This will give you kind of a sample of what would be in the Start Healthy. Both are good, by the way. Both get very good results for the agents who use them. Again, same format. Inside will be exactly, well, not exactly the same, but the letter and then the cards. Does that make sense? Okay.
Yeah.
So every 2 weeks these go out and they're reminded of your relationship. That's where the value is. All you would need to do, by the way, is put in an email, just a regular street address and a name. That's it. You put that into a system. The agent does that. And then this thing goes out every 2 months all by itself.
Awesome.
Awesome. And then, obviously you get calls and leads. The biggest thing, just so people know, in both of these, here, I'll just hold them like this so you can see both. In both of these are the recipe cards, just so you know. That's the stickiness of it. They love the magazine. A lot of agents get a lot of good feedback. Oh, it's beautiful. And then they're what? Staying top of mind. Does that make sense? So that's the idea, is so that, and here's how it is. Can you call a repeat customer or a new customer while you're on the phone or closing with another client? No, right? You can't. It's impossible to do that. However, this can be out there leveraging your relationships, right? Actually maximizing your relationships, nurturing them even further while you're not there. And it's print, because people want to hold something. Now, here's an interesting idea. Because some people go, digital is awesome. Of course it's awesome. We love digital. I mean, we watch digital. Life is digital. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Right? But with this, kinesthetic people like to touch, right? Some people literally like to touch things. So for probably about 40 to 50% of your audience, they're just going to be thrilled to actually flip a page and be able to touch it, right? I know this may be beyond some people's psychological understanding, but think about it. They're reading something and feeling good about you. It's not informative. You're not selling anything. It's just a gift, right? So they're happy. It's $6.99 per issue, by the way. They're excited that you sent it. It's gorgeous. When they're holding it, they're going to subconsciously be triggered back to the buying experience subconsciously, even if they don't think about it consciously up front. In the back, they will, right? Do you get that? So there it is. There's your print. There's the print of the thing. Questions so far, Tori? Because I know I've been going.
Yeah, no. I think the way I always think about we want to talk about, I think you kind of already touched on it really, about how print marketing is sometimes more engaging, but you had talked about how people like having something in their hands. And I always think about when someone does something for me, I always send an email and say thank you. But what happens to that email? It probably gets archived or moved. But if I also send a physical card, I know me personally, I'll hang on to that card. It's the same idea, right?
Yep.
Yes.
There it is.
So do you want to talk a little bit more? I think you've covered on it, but do you have any more like topics on how print marketing can be more engaging other than it just being physically in your hand?
Yes, of course. That's just the nugget of it. So one thing is you're an agent. You go to an open house, right? What can you have? Brochures, right? A card, and cards are fine. But you notice nowadays when people grab a card, they almost don't want to grab it because they'd rather just put it in the phone they have rather than have to take a card they're going to lose.
Yep.
They're not going to lose that, right? This is bigger, right? It's just harder it just is substantial. So one thing that agents do, okay, so there's two things that are present for this. Take it to open houses. Remember I said experiential? Experiential is when you're with your agent, showing them a house, you're at the closing, you're at an open house. Anytime you're physically in front of them, that would be experiential, right? That's how we relate to it. Well, you got to give them something. The ones, obviously, the clients that are your potential clients you see. Think of how, as an agent, you occur when you hand them a gorgeous magazine that you publish. How professional do they think you are? Very, right? Just by handing it to them, they're like, oh, this person takes their job seriously, right? It's like somebody who goes to a job interview and kind of dresses kind of nice compared to somebody who dresses sharp. Don't we trust the person who dresses sharp just a little bit?
Yeah, of course.
Do we? I mean, maybe not always, but a lot of times we do. Subconsciously, we're like, oh, they dress sharp, they're on time, they're probably going to be a better professional at what we are looking to do.
Perfect. Yeah, I mean, and it's all about first impression too. Someone walks into one open house and they have nothing on the table. They walk into the next open house and you have these great magazines or other print marketing on the table. And again, people love free stuff. People will take it. People will take that magazine. I guarantee it.
Yep. And they won't forget you because a magazine will be sitting around for 4 to 6 weeks. Because think about it. Now, think about print. If you click on a digital, you'll click on it once. You might share it once. You might comment, but that would be it, right? It would be one of those three. You look at it, you might share, you might comment, but that's it. But this hangs around. They read it, they might pass it to somebody, give it to somebody. There's just a lot more modality for where you can use it. Now, would you like another bonus on how you can really leverage the magazine? Some people do. You don't have to. It's all automated. Oh, this is important. No agent has to do any content for the magazine at all, ever. Nice?
Okay.
Nice?
Yeah.
Because, there's a thing you got to write. You don't have to write anything. Matter of fact, technically, this is automated. The letter's automated, but you can clean it up. Now, back to it. Focus in. For those of you who do listings, the inside page, you can send the company a graphic of anything you'd like, and it's your page, as is the back page is yours. Now, again, you don't have to do anything. It'll have auto things that are beautiful. It's nice. But if you want to put a listing, you show up and they say, well, hey, Mr. Reynolds, what are you going to do for my house that other agents don't do? You get to go, this, and hand them the magazine. And now somebody gets to say, oh, now look, the truth is, we all know houses sell where? 90% because of the MLS. Yes, of course. But buyers don't necessarily know that. And even if they do, they're still looking in a very competitive world. True? Very competitive? Very. They're looking for a differentiator in people. That's all. And this could be that for you if it's a good fit. You know, one of these could be. So that's kind of the live, if you will. So does that answer the question? Is that good?
Yeah, I actually have a question, because we always think when we do online marketing, all that kind of stuff, it's easy to keep track of analytics, email marketing. It's easy to keep track of open rates. With print marketing, you don't have that.
You don't?
So that, yeah. So what are your thoughts on that?
Sure. So this is going to be a combination response of me, what agents have told me, and what is so. So for one thing, agents get calls from the magazine. That's how they know. Hi, I got the recipe. Oh, the magazine's beautiful. Like they do. That's what happens. It happens all the time. We've been doing it 10 years. Every agent who loves it, that's what they tell me. I always get responses, you know, or maybe it's a guy. Oh, I always get responses, you know, to the magazine. That's fine. So they always get responses. The technical way would be the agent, you know, needs to just kind of track where people come from. Now I'm a marketer, so I tend to be a little specific. Like anybody contacts me, where did you find me? Even down to, you searched online? Oh, really? What did you put into the search engine?
Oh,
right?
got it.
Now you don't have to go that deep, but it will reveal things to you. A lot of people don't get it matters where your client was before they met you, right? Right there. Where are they at? So that's just one thing that I would say. Make sure you ask, find out, and I guess our retention rate's about 90%. Okay. So people are happy. I mean, this is about building a brand, right? This is not you send this out once and your career is, you know, wahoo, you know. Yeah. Make brands, right? You have to build your buzz. You have to build consistency. People want to see, oh, they are in real estate. I've gotten 2 of these magazines, 3 of these magazines. They're still in real estate. Why do I say that? How many of you know somebody who was in real estate 2 months and bailed? It happens. So people want to know, hey, my cousin Vinny did realty and he bailed. I need to know that Tanya is going to really take care of me. It looks like she's pretty serious about business. So yeah. So there you go. So
perfect. I like it.
Okay.
Before we go into you telling us how people can find you, and I know you provided us with a special link today, so let's get into that. I did get a question from a viewer who wants to know, do you have so I know you said you do pets or like Christmas edition. Do you have other topics such as lawns, gardening, small building projects?
Oh, I see. Sure. So this is going to be one of those. That is not our thing. So let me explain. And it's fine. And usually I'm in a big room, so I can kind of be a little bit. So I'm just working in my little box here.
Yeah.
So American Lifestyle is going to be, think about art and culture. So it will do spotlights on major cities, not just your city. So there's no like localized. It's not what it is. And it's not really a real estate magazine. It's an art and culture magazine, because again, there is some real estate in it, but they don't want it to be a real estate magazine, right? Because then it's marketing. If it's marketing, hey, buy my house or sell your house with me, this is different. It's much more subtle, much more subconscious. So what I'll say is this. In this one, in the American Lifestyle, you're going to find, I'm going to say this here. I'm going to find something good so you can see it. Well, actually, you know what? Let me hold on, don't move. Where's the, see if I can find a good one here. Ah, here we go. Just something that's a little different version. So this would be an example of American Lifestyle. They may do something on art, like some guy who's making handmade guitars or horses or something of that nature, you know, something elegant. It tends to be a little bit upscale. Okay, now, just so I can give it to you. Now, remember, these change themes, by the way. It's not like one magazine. So every 6 months, every 2 months, these will change. Pet, Christmas. We have a pink issue, by the way. There's like a fall issue and a summer issue, like spring issue. And then Start Healthy is similar, except again, this is going to be more of a kind of a be healthy kind of a thing. Like this, you'll see there's some amazing recipes. There are. Now, this is the key. I'm sorry, I want to be clear, just so people get it. What is amazing about this one, this is kind of a newer one that everybody loves. Everybody thinks they're a healthy eater. It's amazing, right? We all think we're a healthy eater. We slip, don't we? Yeah, see, you laugh. See, I discovered as the rep a couple months out talking to agents, and they're like, oh, yeah. And I was like, oh, that's right. Of course people love it. We all want to eat healthy, so we feel good about this. Anyway, that's an interesting stickiness to that one, if that makes sense. So that's what we have available.
Got it. Perfect. So in the description of this video, I did provide a link directly to the site that you've provided me with, where people can learn more about the magazine and start ordering if they want to. But then you provided us with another link.
Yeah, let me test this out. I want to see. I did. I'm going to do this. I'm going to drop this in our little chat box. If you guys are there that are listening right now, hi. I'm going to try and drop this in the. Now, it's going to be 3 links, so don't get blown out by it. I know I put a few in there. I should have done those individually. Sorry. The first one is just if you want to look at the magazine, which I've already shown you, so you should be good on that. The second one, you'll see the bit.ly link. It says bit.ly 99 save 200, and I'll explain that in just a minute. The deal, that's the link right there, and then the actual PDF download. I'm just explaining this so it's easy. The PDF download link is after it, so they can download the actual form and see it, because the first one is just an auto digital form. Speaking of digital, so there we go.
Okay.
But those would be your ones if you want to look at it. I'm just curious, is anybody online? Can you see it? Is that working for you? Just want to make sure.
It did go through. I just saw it go through. So.
Okay, good.
See it now.
Yeah. All right. So shall I tell you how it works? Are we at that point? Should I tell you kind of the package? Is that kind of the spot?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. So again, for those of you looking in the future, grab the download so you can see what it is. Okay. Now I'm just going to walk you through it. It's a very simple offer. What we usually do is we usually charge $299 to start, $299, which is at a value. Of course, you sell one deal for $3,000 or $4,000. That'll pay for it. And as long as you get another deal on top of it within another year, compound marketing, kind of like compound interest with credit cards, except better for you. So very simple. If you're either in the link, I'm going to keep talking in case you're at the link and you want to fill it out. I'm just going to walk you through it. Just very simple. This takes literally a minute. It's so easy. We have to make it easy for you guys. You guys are so busy. So first, you're just going to fill in your name. It's very simple. Name, email, address. Okay. Then you're going to tell us which you would like. You know, would you like American Lifestyle or would you like Start Healthy? You can pick either one. You'll do your payment. Just so you know, the digital form I gave you is 256-bit secure, so you can know that it's secure and everything is in there. You will put your form of payment that you would like. Here is the special for the day. Today, because Tori has us here and you're amazing and you found us, they are allowing me to give you an activation fee of only $99 when you use the special link I provided. So you go through there, save a couple $100. Now go ahead, Tori, ask me, how much are the magazines?
How much are the magazines?
Tori, it's amazing you asked that. You are keen, very keen. Here we go. So the magazines will be $6.99. However, you as a group realtor within the group help us be efficient so we can pass it on to you. It's only $3.99 per magazine. Best part, all the postage, all the printing is included. Done. Easy. Next question, Tori. What is the minimum? Go ahead, just hit me. I'm ready.
What is the minimum?
Tori, again, you are insightful and quick. So the minimum is only 50 magazines every 2 months. Remember, it goes out every 2 months, right? So it's 50 magazines every 2 months. Let's do a little math. $3.99 times 50 is $200 divided by 2 months, only $100 a month. So very affordable. Yeah. If you're in the, again, if you're going down the form, I'll just keep walking down. One-time trial mailing. So we're going to do that as well. This is for those of you who just want to test it out, you know, see how printing works for you, get in the back-end system, and do one trial mailing only first to start. And then you're allowed to just keep on rolling with the other 8 issues. Now, just so you know, ours is 9 issues. Got to give some time for your brand to build, for people to see you, to connect. So the first one, little trial mailing, and then you get 8 more after that just continue on. Okay. That's it. That's pretty simple. Click submit. We'll be in there, and the marketing team will be in touch with you within 48 hours to get you going. Now, remember, you don't need anything today. You just get your sign up. All you'll need in a couple of days are a photo, and start with 20 addresses. Because Tori, everybody always says it. Gee, I don't have 50 addresses. That's okay. You're going to start with 20 or so, and then you'll use the other 30 as your promo copy. So you'll keep those during the first couple runs, and then obviously as you add more people's addresses, you'll get fewer promo copies, and everything will be automated. And by the way, the magazines go out automated. They always give you a notice up front and let you know that they're going out. So there's what I got.
Perfect.
Give it a try. This is it. We're here, and Tori's amazing for you.
Why not? Yeah, so I've provided the links. They're in the comments. There's also in the description of this video. You can get the links as well. And yeah, so thank you for joining us today. It was great having you on. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. And thank you, Sandy, specifically for your question while we were on. That was great. Next week, we'll actually be joined by Eric Hammond, and we're going to talk about podcasts. So how to use podcasts to grow your business, which is a brand new topic for us. One that I'm personally excited for because, I don't know, maybe one day I'll want to start my own podcast. I do like to talk, so why not? But thank you again, G, for joining us, and it was great having you on.
Thank you so much, Tori.
Everyone has a wonderful week, and we will talk to you next week. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Thanks.